A NASCAR postcard from South Florida. A beautiful 80-degree mid-November day. A full house in the grandstands. And the inaugural NASCAR Winston Cup Series event at the Homestead-Miami Speedway live on NBC. And flying high above the Speedway, the Bud 1 airship. To all racing fans, this Bud's for you. Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, and the Bud 1 airship, proud to provide spectacular aerial shots of our event today. Bobby Labonte is the race leader. His teammate Tony Stewart has just moved around John Andretti to grab the second spot. Mark Martin is up to fourth now, with Andretti back to third. And then you've got Ward Burton in fifth. The rest of the top 10 at this point are Dale Jarrett, Mike Skinner, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt. Jeremy Mayfield missing from that equation. He was up in third a little while ago, then back to fourth. He's just been on pit road for a green flag stop. Now we're at 58 laps in. How far do you think these guys are going to go before we start to see Bobby and Tony and some of the other front runners hit pit lane for fuel and tires?
Well, I'd say we're looking at pit stops somewhere between laps 64 and 68. We were surprised when we seen Jeremy roll down pit road. But what's happening to these guys, Alan? We're seeing Tony Stewart on pit road right now, along with Bobby Labonte, so I was off on my numbers.
59 laps they will complete as they cross the start-finish line on pit road, and the top three come down pit road all together. Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, and John Andretti. There you look, nose to tail. 45-mile-an-hour pit road speed limit today for the teams. We will cover stops with our reporters down on pit road as the leaders approach their pit stalls. First, we go to Mike Massaro.
John Andretti rolling down towards his pit stop now in the SDP Pontiac. He'll hit his mark. Knees over the wall. They're going to work on the right side first. Two tires there. They'll also put in a can of fuel. They were complaining the car was a little bit tight, but so far you can't see any chassis adjustments. Let's go to Marty Snyder.
Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte are both in, running similar setups but different problems. Bobby Labonte is a little bit looser than he would like, and he has an air pressure adjustment, and 28 has spun on pit road. Let's get back upstairs.
Yeah, Kenny Irwin has spun trying to get stopped to his pit stall. You see the star banner there on the wall behind him, and if you spin on pit road, that is a penalty and a significant one. He had the pit road kind of half blocked there for a minute, but has gotten it squared away and backed into his stall, and it's a good thing because the Land Rush is on for pit stops now at lap number 60. Here's Mark Martin in for service. Also in Jeff Burton, Kyle Petty, Dave Blaney, Rusty Wallace. Let's go down to Jeff Burton's pit stall and Dorsey Schrader.
Jeff Burton's come in, guys, and this was a long wait for him. His car is extremely loose. He didn't know if he could make it. They could have gone further on fuel, but they're stopping right now because it's very, very loose.
Tire change and fuel. Also complaining that that car was tight in, loose out. They'll make an air pressure adjustment. They'll eliminate 1 pound of air in each tire except for the right front. Let's go to Marty Snyder.
Dale Jarrett is coming down pit road. Mark Martin just left pit road a second ago, but here comes Jarrett, the championship hopeful today. He brings down at 45 miles an hour. His car was a little bit tighter than he would like, but he's pretty happy with it. They're going to play it pretty conservative today. They are going to take 4 tires, and they're doing a wedge adjustment sort of to loosen him up just a little bit. Around to the left side now. As they come around to the left side, they will drop the jack here in just a second. And Jarrett, with a little bit longer stop than he would like, from down 16.5 seconds.
Now, Dale Jarrett led lap number 60 before he came onto pit road, so he has collected 5 bonus points toward the championship, negating Bobby Labonte's having led in this event. So now it puts back to 9th or better for Jarrett if Bobby wins the race today for Jarrett to claim the championship. Here's Mike Skinner. He led before coming to pit road. To Mike.
And he hits his marks absolutely perfectly. Teamed all the way around from the right side. Now back to the left side. A 4-tire change. 2 cans of 76 racing fuel. Caught up a little bit on the left rear, but they catch up, make up for that ground. They get him away at a good stop.
Jeff Gordon stayed on the racetrack, collected 5 bonus points for leading the lap as well. He will now come down the pit lane. This one at lap number 63. So Gordon, Mike Skinner, Dale Jarrett, and Mark Martin all leading for laps under this exchange of green flag stops. Let's go down to Marty Snyder on pit road for the Jeff Gordon stop.
And Gordon comes slowly down pit road at 45 miles an hour. They just have not had a good day so far. The car is a little bit tighter than Jeff Gordon would like. It's been tight all afternoon long. They're going to use a wedge adjustment. They hope that will loosen him up, especially for the longer run, because Gordon got tighter the longer he ran, and that's a characteristic not only of his car, but also this racetrack. Around to the left side for Gordon now. Pretty good, nice quick stop for Jeff Gordon. He's back out on the racetrack.
Sterling Marlin takes over the lead before he comes down pit road for a stop. Then it should cycle back around to Bobby Labonte, who should come out with the race lead off the stops We will catch that up here after the Sterling Marlin stop, who has stayed on the racetrack to this point, so he is in the lead of this event. Now, let me catch back up just for a second. Kenny Irwin got a 2-lap penalty for spinning on pit road, so he was held after they finished their stop for 2 laps for the spin there. It drops him all the way to 42nd position.
What can happen there, Alan? Everybody talks about what's happening on pit road is that as he rolls down pit road, he's trying to get the car slowed down, and he goes ahead and shoves it in first gear. A wheel hop is what happens there, and it spins the thing out.
Okay.
You got to be very, very cautious of that, because what he was doing was carrying too much speed into the entry and jammed the gear, or it was just a bad break for him, is what it was.
Now, here is the leader, Sterling Marlin, on pit road to Mike Massaro.
Chevrolet to a complete stop. They'll go to work on the right side first. 2 tires there. No chassis adjustment so far. Just 2 cans of 76 racing fuel. They're going to take 4 tires here in this stop.
So Marlin's visit to pit road will complete the cycle of stops. Hey, that's a good stop. 16.5. Take that every time if you can get it.
Alan, one of the things about these pit stops show you how far we've gone. We have a workout room in our complex, all the weights. We have a personal trainer that comes in 3 nights a week that trains our guys that do these pit stops. They're paid a bonus on all this, on how well their stops go. If in our case, if we get a 15, I pay them so much. 16, I pay them so much. 17, we break even. 18, they pay me.
Really?
And so that's the way it works. This is a very important part of our race team.
Bobby Labonte comes off pit road with the lead after the cycle of stops. He had it before he cut down pit road for the visit there. Let's go back to Dorsey Schrader, who has a little more information for us.
Well, you wonder what happened to David Green's lead. Take a look at this. This is the right front tire off his car. It was very, very tight. These are the cords, guys. This was very close to blowing out. David Green needed this pit stop. They've made adjustments in air pressure and track bar, and they're back out again.
Wow.
Alan, what you're seeing there, what that's caused by is too much camber in the right front wheel. They get to gain a lot of camber, sticks the front end better, but wears the tires terribly. Our
Pennzoil stop-and-go pit summary. You see Bobby Labonte in first, out first. Tony Stewart in second, out third. And Ward Burton, probably, I don't want to say the big loser, but he gave up the most on that pit stop sequence. Came in 5th and has come out in 8th position. So we've just completed 67 laps of our Pennzoil 400. 100 miles into the event, it is Bobby Labonte leading. Dale Jarrett is in 8th position right now. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.